Hello everyone. I want to share my experience of living in smoke in Portland, Oregon and what it feels like to be trapped inside and not getting fresh air. I am such an active person. When I heard the news that smoke was rolling in the city I lived in, I was like kind of frustrated that I was not able to be active and work with my providers outside, and I had all these fun activities planning for my last week of summer vacation 2020 because school starts next week for me, and I wanted to just be outside, and the air quality is very bad right now, and I'm gonna just tell you my experience of what it felt on me living in the house and what I did to cope with all the sensitivities I faced. So we had smoke last Wednesday, so that was 8 days ago, and we could tell the smoke was in the air. We didn't know what was happening, so we just stayed in Jenny's backyard, and we knew it was just bad because she got to get Thai food, and she said that her eyes were burning, and I could smell the smoke too, but it was not sensitive to me yet in my system. So we actually had food inside and watched a little movie and talked about stuff while we worked together. And then Thursday was horrible. Friday was horrible. And it was so horrible that we had to bring the bunny inside because if it's bad for us for a couple days, it is bad for the animals too and the pets. Like, I can't even imagine all the animals affected that lives in nature and have pets outside. So we had to bring the bunny inside a lot, and he was kind of freaked out too. He could smell the smoke, and it's been over like a couple days of smelling like smoke. And even when I went outside for 10 minutes, my whole body and my whole, like, my sweatshirt smelled like smoke, my sweatpants, like all the clothes I was wearing smelled like smoke and ash. And you could tell it was a very strong odor in the air. And I did make a video of the smoke last week on my channel, so you could see the smoke in person in my backyard. But it was just very concerning that we were in smoke. Some of the other cities got evacuated. We were safe. We made it through safely. Just the smoke is still in the air because we didn't have rain this week. And then I worked with my providers, Sarah and Jenny, this week, and that was really good. We had to be inside, but I wanted to be outside, but I understood that we couldn't. We only had to work inside because it could really be harmful for our lungs and our body, and we didn't want to be outside. So am just happy that they made the call, because if I made the call and said I don't feel safe doing that, like, I knew it was not safe, but I was just like one more thing to deal with. But I saw Sarah, my provider. She lives alone, and I know that she is safe. I know that she sees another client in the house, but I knew that she was safe. I knew that I was quarantined for a long time, and I haven't seen anyone besides Jenny, and my aunt's family. I haven't been around anyone else. So it was cool to work inside of her house, and she just has a little apartment basement, and we talked, we did art, we stayed away from each other. We were like probably 5 feet away, 6 feet away, so I felt safe, she felt safe. We knew that we were safe around each other, and we did lay out all the options, and I totally felt like she doesn't really invite anyone in her apartment either, so I was all fine with the idea of that too. And then Wednesday, Jenny came to my house, and she worked with me inside my house, and she's in my quarantine bubble, meaning that I allowed her in my bubble, and she's the only person besides Sarah that I'm allowed in her house. But Sarah knows that too, that I'm officially in her bubble at her house, and then Jenny's officially in my bubble at her house and my house. So we crossed that safety net, and we are still pretty cautious of what we do together. So Jenny came to my house, and she wore the mask her whole entire shift, and that was 6 hours she was in a mask for. 5.5 hours to be exact, but we had to eat lunch, so she took her mask off in my room for 30 minutes, and I felt fine. I was like, she was safe, I was safe. Same thing with Sarah and me and Erica and me. Like, I'm really safe with them, and I'm quarantined, and my parents do still have very strict rules about going to places and meeting up with people too, so I still follow my parents' guidelines and rules. But besides that, Jenny wore the mask, and it was fine. I'm glad that that's her protocol, because she owns her business, and that is how she does things, and I'm glad that she was able to feel safe in my house and work with me inside my house and in my room. Because we did get a lot of things done yesterday, because today's Thursday. I saw her on Wednesday, so we did get a lot of stuff done. And mentally, I'm fine. Physically, I want to be outside. I crave exercise and I crave the fresh air, but I have my oil diffuser on right now, which is helpful. It's like on my dresser, and that's good to have. But I'm just so grateful that I have all the opportunities to be outside and taking care of my rabbit. So that is my week, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys later.